One werewolf by night. There's always potential for there to be a better card coming out next week. Pretend to be a dragon. I am a dragon, Hogland. Yeah. Oh. On the left side of our board, chat, we have Au. And on the right side of the board, we have Auga. If you're old enough to understand that reference, maybe stand up and stretch. Oh. Please explain the joke. I refuse to, Zoomers. You can't make me. I think we're just doing this back and forth here. This probably doesn't matter. I would wager they're a Luke Cage deck. Well, conveniently, we've won the center. Oh, I guess we lose it if they... we do lose the mid to, we lose the mid to, what's it called? We lose the mid to Lucas. Not anymore. Not anymore! Not today, Satan. All right, maybe today, Satan. Maybe today. I mean, Luke's definitely in their deck. The question is he buried in the last two cards or not? Jim Hammond is bigger. Jim triggered at the start of the turn, gamers. Sometimes lucky, rubber ducky. Victory. Yeah, Jim is start of each turn. You know, I'm actually a little surprised after they templated round or end of turn for an end of turn deck. I'm surprised they didn't re-template the start of turn cards at the same time. Like, obviously that's probably going to be somewhere down the line, but I have to kind of assume that start of turn getting some type of synergy or cards that explicitly care about them is a when, not an if. Yeah, or until they need to do so to save space on card text. I have to say, that's one thing that playing a bit of Shadowverse made me appreciate more about Marvel Snap is the brevity of text on Marvel Snap cards is really appreciated. I wonder if we'll ever get a reverse Darkhawk. I think I read about that one in a book one time. It wasn't PG, though. You want to see cards with some text play Yu-Gi-Oh! So I don't know if you weren't around for any of our, maybe you weren't around for any of our what's it called gameplay, or Shadowverse gameplay, but Shadowverse, very explicitly has, like, multiple cards. There are cards with long text boxes regularly create cards with long text boxes. Is the best way to put it. The skills are so much fun with Werewolf. That being said, our Iron Patriot card, pretty bad here. Plays a little beastly from the opponent. It's just toxic. Did Shadowverse do any balancing so far? Nope. That's why I'm not playing it. And honestly, given their balance, cadence, or lack thereof, I think even when they do a balance pass at the end of this month, I don't think it's a game I'm gonna play ever again. I spent 2 decades playing Magic the Gathering, waiting way too long for them to make balance changes. I don't really want to play a game again where they don't make balance changes when they need them because they feel like they need to stick to some stupid arbitrary schedule. Like, I think that's my absolute favorite part about Marvel Snap is just the regular balance. Makes the game so much better. Cosmic Ghost Rider middle. That's actually kind of funny, yeah? Turning Sparky off probably screws with their whole turn a whole lot. Then I can add the dog in here. Snap's been on a high roll lately, and I hope it continues. Yeah, you and me both. Completely agree. I really feel like Snap has hit its balance stride. It's genuinely everything I've always wanted out of a live service and card game. Oh, call me Brittany, baby, because we are toxic. If you look there was an animation for when Sparky tried to activate. They wanted to kick Dagger back to the center there. Cosmic Ghost Rider knocking it out. With an increased distinction between front row and back row, could Eliath change his text to fit that distinction? I think I should just leave him at 6 power, because fuck that guy. The diner does go live tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, he'll be definitely doing Snap Second tomorrow, so we can jam some diner at the end of the stream. If they move either of these out, Cosmic Ghost Rider can tag the Madam Web. Yes, the returning player rewards are live now. They went live last patch. Or at the patch yesterday. I think, in terms of being a good top-down design, the Kang change absolutely knocks it out of the park. They did a really good job. Very surprised they filled the right side here. So, thing to note about how stuff works with the dog. So the dog can jump into deep space, but it will not jump back out, is the thing to be aware of here. But I'd seen enough, I suppose. They don't need to see my toxic Ghost Rider. Kitty Buzz, thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I think the opponent was expecting their Human Torch to get bigger in deep space, but unfortunately by the time he gets there, he has no text left. I don't know that I'm going to snap the Gamma Lab. It's kind of an annoying location for us. I might just punt this one, honestly. A whole temporal manipulation for after the dog. Does the location go before my Marvel Boy? I think it does, which is sad. I wish I would have thought about punting the Gamma Lab. I would have, if I would have thought about punting the Gamma Lab, I would have, I think I do this to have the best chance to play for priority. It's a shame we drew Agamotto here with the temporal manipulation in hand, but I just didn't have a good window to play the temporal manipulation without wanting to move the dog. That's actually an interesting comment about Gamma Lab. This says after the turn, and this says end of turn. So end of turn stuff should always happen before after the turn, yeah? Agree or disagree? How do we feel about that? end of turn and after the turn are the same thing. They're not, though. Not remotely. How big is their vulture? Anybody remember? It was like 8. I assume they play for the right, given the fixed tower. That was a fun set of games. You're fine, puppet. And grab your sword back. I think it's fine if Second Dinner wants Gamma Lab and end of turn cards to, I think it's fine if Second Dinner wants Gamma Lab and end of turn cards to have the exact same timing window. But if they want them to have the same timing window, they should reword after the turn to say end of turn. Would be my feelings on the matter. Okay, so they're snapping because they're about to Frigga this Victoria hand, yeah? 1,000% of the time. God, the gold crackle on the spells looks so good. Well, kinda. Okay. Not exactly what I was expecting, but kinda, sort of. They did copy Victoria Hand, just not how we expected, yeah. It was a Mystique King. We're gonna play hard for the center here, obviously. Need to make sure we don't lose that. Lost our 50-50 here, which is a little sad, but we won the points. It is the damn shame we can't absorbing man the bolts. Yeah, it had exactly enough energy to make that happen. So they need the double power stone here, and if they have the double power stone, hopefully we're winning here, because what, we're adding 12, 14, we're adding 16 points here. And we're getting rid of Victoria's bonus to any cards they generated.
Victory.
This deck feels surprisingly reasonable. That's such a weird collection of cards, too. I think we prioritize getting Merlin down with Scratch drawn, yeah. The Alliance PFP taking Conquest very seriously. Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. It's a lovely hand again. Are we playing Marvel Snap or Marvel Retreat today, gamer? How are we feeling? We're playing Marvel Snap. I'm so excited. Whoo, that's a fun one too. Actually, I think I'd rather have Merlin over here, yeah. I don't think I care about milling them. Shuri, cute. Do you want to get Marvel Boy down, actually? And then I can go Werewolf in to cast a spell next turn? I could also go Werewolf Scratch. I brick a draw doing this, though. So that's probably not good. It's probably just this, yeah. Well, I guess I'm bricking a draw either way. If I'm bricking a draw either way, I probably want to maximize the size of my scratch. I enjoy playing a deck that has extra resources that doesn't give two shits about, Mobius. Oh my goodness. If we hit the 50-50 here, the Nico goes to -2. What do we think about just polymorphing the Herbie for the sake of playing all my cards out here? Unlucky. Unlucky. We could also have polymorphed a Tiri twice. That might have been better, actually. Benjamin! Benjamin Broad! Come on! Why lose? Why lose a 50-50, chat, when you could lose a 1 in 50? Losing 50-50s, that's for beginners. Losing 1 in 50s. That's where the professionalism lies. See, obviously should have double polymorphed the Atiri. And I think you could objectively say that that last game was a skill game. Eh? Eh? See what I did there? Yeah, this looks lovely. I get to leverage. Oh yeah, snap me. I get to leverage the old ninja with Marvel Boy. That's very unfortunate. What do we think of this? I think I'm into it. I think I'm into it. Yeah, Ice Cube stealing Marvel Boy's trigger is a little unfortunate for us. Freaking Clea is like Neo in the Matrix, chat. Stop it. Where's Jim? All right, where do I want the dog to go? I think it's just bolts here. Actually, is it like bolts manipulation flames this turn, and then I have 10 next turn, and I can go flames dog Agamotto? I'm only missing 2 points that way on the wolf, and it gives me more flexibility on how to position it next turn. I think it's this. I think it's this.
We are the future.
Demon! Stop it! Stop it right now, Ben! For the love of God! Come on! That's some bullshit right there. Holy. There are no coin flips in Bossing say. They don't have any big numbers left though, right? Can they beat +9 on the left? Oh, they have a demon. The demon goes center every time, yeah? Demon center is +10 up to 26. A demon goes center every time. Unlucky. Unlucky. What a toxic piece of shit. Profile picture tracks though, unfortunately for us. That's so frustrating. Oh, that's deeply frustrating. I get kicked by enough variants that, like, you know, most of it's easy to chuckle at, but, like, after 4 times in a row. Oh, that's really tough.
Oh, snap. Opponent snapped.
At some point, it starts to feel personal. Losing the coin flip at the end of it, like losing all of the better than a coin flips to then losing the literal coin flip at the end to where they played their cards to is just like the extra kick in the crotch. Alright, I get to get rid of this dickhead at least. Got that going for me. I assume they're re-rolling the island here, given that we're a Klea deck. Really? Alright. It's a shame we can't punish their bad play. The draw's just so bad this game.
We are the future.
Oh, I missed that Magneto was in their actual deck. I just assumed it was generated last game.
All systems go.
I think it's this. Alliance doesn't stop spells, shit. We're bigger than them on the right, assuming Merlin doesn't screw us, yeah. They're getting -4 when we wipe the location away. Sweet. Okay. All right. After all that terrible RNG, I've got two shots to take their last 2 cubes here. That was a Teenage Warhead keg, yes. I feel like this deck does such an insane job of highlighting what an awesome deck building game Marvel Snap is. Like, it's such a sweet mix of cards that I just, like, never would have thought to put together without the viewer prompt, and it's just playing how I want it to play. Oh, man. So now I get to do this, and then I get to Agamotto next turn. Do I Agamotto next turn? I actually might wait a turn to Agamotto onto the Krakoa, because, I'm definitely gonna do this, but I'm gonna wait a turn to Agamotto onto the Krakoa, because I want Atiri to pull a skill out of my deck so I don't accidentally Krakoa onto a skill. Is my plan here. Okay, so I'm gonna go Jim Hammond. I'm gonna go Bolts into King into Iron Patriot. This fills me here, but am I okay with that? I don't know that I am. Pretty good with that background. Draw. Yeah, what do we think of this? Just wipe the ice cube out? And then it doesn't matter if I win here. And I'm guaranteed to not Krakoa a skill because the King's gonna draw the last skill out of my deck. I did King first. I messed it up and then I reset it. All right, so they have a 5-13. Marvel Snap needs a minute. It's in awe of my play. Literally Gandalf, yep. How's the saying go? Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White. Monty Python and the Holy Grail's Black Knight. Why not images the Merlin lane? Because the dog's jumping to wherever I images. So I want the dog in the center, and I want the Merlin on the right. Want to play for all three. Stop! My back! Oh no, I'm already standing, chat. You can't make me stand up for being old. I'm already doing it. How old is the Ultimate Showdown song? Don't answer that question. I'm gonna time you out if you answer that question. I don't need to know.
Victory.
I'm really kind of picking up what this deck is putting down. I'm really kind of picking up what this deck is putting down. It is a really sweet mix of stuff. All right, we did tap an ad break, so it doesn't happen over our next round of Conquest. I'm gonna run to the restroom while it happens. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you tap the like button if you like sweet Marvel Snap decks like this one. BRB gamers. You substitute Jim Ham into this deck. Absolutely. Throw Nico Madara in there. Jim's been pretty alright. He's been close to double digits a couple times for us, but absolutely not a must-have here. Clea and stuff is more important. Is this deck? Is Hood the only card below Series 4 in this deck? It's actually just weird collection of new cards, yeah? Looking at it. Maybe we should cut the Hood for Nico Minaru. This is the pay to win deck the Marvel Snap subreddit warned you about. Look at this gross pay to win Marvel Snap deck. Pay to win at its finest. Typical Hogland promoting a new pay to win strategy. This is what people complaining about the Marvel Snap economy are always. They don't want to say this quiet part out loud. Not getting every card in Marvel Snap doesn't mean you can't be competitive. It means you just can't play the really weird stuff like this. Because they've actually done a really stellar job in Marvel Snap's latest card releases of, they're not just making better cards, right? They're not power creeping like Pokemon and a lot of other games do. They're just giving us weird cards and different cards. Like, this is a sweet, unique mixture of things, but you're not exactly paying for power. I am gonna mulligan the location. I'm just looking at however many cards my opponent's willing to show me before they snap. Absolutely. 0% we're playing into Sandbar.
Escape.
But I got to see 2 cards out of their deck here before I left. Wow, what an opener. Holy. What are the returning player rewards Jeff was talking about earlier? There's a whole bunch of them. A small pile of cards. Do I want to go all in here? Maybe I put Clea over here just in case. This is like a real bad location for us. Punished for not playing there, but it is what it is. Oh, I guess the opponent is forced to put a bunch of rocks in their deck, huh? All right, so they're losing the left unless they War Machine this turn. So I think I'm just playing this on the right. Wait, do I get energy for having filled that? How does that work? Dr. Doom's a consideration. That's a good call out. I don't get the extra energy. That's annoying. All right, so Dr. Doom puts them to 9. This gets us bigger than that. Have to imagine they're cooked here. I guess they nightmared. Feeling pretty ahead, yeah?
Victory.
Hey, Jeff, you don't have enough enablers for Clea. Man, I really wish I had just the pure, raw confidence that people on the internet have to come in spaces and say things that are objectively wrong. Clay has been absurd throughout the course of this set. It never fails that whenever I talk about a card feeling like it's pretty close to the perfect power level, there'll be plenty of people that come into chat and are like, God, this card is so bad. What an easy skip. What a bad design. Can't believe second hitter would make a card as terrible as this one. Does Werewolf not move the way this works? I actually don't know the sequencing. I guess Nicholas Scratch hasn't triggered yet, so the dog might still jump. Okay. So they have a 23 power, what's his name, which is actually gonna be bigger than Agamotto if I don't draw one energy card next turn. Snap. I don't know if I can. I was like, why didn't Jubilee trigger? And then she has a different text box. Destroy one of your cards here with less power. Sure thing, boss. All right, and now I'm not snapping because they probably leave, but I'm definitely going to stay, right? Because we're beating their Infinite anywhere. Watch them have, like, a random Doctor Doom on a different 6 energy card. Is it Tribunal? Oh my god, it's Living Tribunal. That's so funny. I was watching all of them grow. It needed slightly more there. Yeah, I think the person that said snap there, you were very off base about what our position was in that game. Viv Vision could work great with Clea. Viv Vision could work great with Clea, but in general, I would encourage you not to put bad cards in your deck. And like this deck's already got quite a bit of bad cards in it, so really, I don't think we need more. I don't think we need more Clea enablers. It's fine. It's fine if she's just a 1/2 sometimes. We have 2 enablers plus location variants can be an enabler. What a perfect one to flip up when I say the words location variants can be an enabler. I think I'm losing the center regardless. That would I get points on Madripoor here. And if they play for Madripoor as well, then we win the center. They have the lockjaw, so there's a good chance we are bricked in the center. I'd rather get my 2 points on the right here.
Wind, aid my hand.
Well then, okay. It's an unfortunate turn of events. think that's actually much worse for me than them just putting a big thing out. Yeah, they have the War Machine as well. Yeah, we're Legion scammed. Nothing I can do to play around it. I'm glad after they changed Stormback, the opponent's deck has worked out to not be a competitive deck because, man, is it just one of the singular most miserable things to play against? Honestly, I should probably just make them have it here so I don't have to play against them anymore. Yeah, I don't really want to play. I've been having a lot of fun playing this deck, and let me give you a piece of advice that more people need to hear. If you ever feel bad while playing Marvel Snap or any other game, you should either stop playing that game or start playing it in a different way. So I'm starting to feel bad for the very first time playing Marvel Snap today, so rather than continue to play against my opponent's deck that's deeply toxic and unfun to play against, I'm just gonna go next. A-okay. Our deck's been fun and sweet. Move on to the next one after our opponent high rolled us with their toxic deck. That's fine. If we had to play against that type of thing every game, the game would suck, but I can't remember the last time I ran into that archetype. It is very bad stats that isn't good against decks that are good. Multi-card combo is pretty unlikely to assemble game to game. Chat, you can't stop a good rate cut vibe. Looks like our Dow Jones has set a new all-time high this afternoon. There is no recession in Bossing Say. Everything's great. The money printer's about to go burr. I think I'm saving this for after the dog is the plan here.
Oh, snap.
Because Trump isn't in the U.S. No, the Fed's expected to cut rates for the first time in almost a year today. So the market will respond positively to the Fed cutting rates typically as it is, and then cutting rates typically makes inflation go up. So people who have enough money to be invested in the stock market end up coming out ahead or being a little bit neutral, while people who don't have investments end up paying more for everything that they need to actually buy to live and fall further behind. So there's nothing more American than making rich people richer, Chip. It's truth, justice in the American way. None of these are super exciting. Almost assuredly some type of surfer pile of cards here. What do we think of the blind call on Sarah into Onslaught Citadel? They have priority.
Opponent snapped.
Yeah, I got gold tickets to burn. Let's do it. I want to move the dog regardless, so. You have punched my robot. They never play for the right, yeah? This is 27 middle. I guess they could Sebastian Shaw plus Forge. With the Forge, I could Shaw plus Surfer. Am I supposed to play for the left, actually? I'm probably supposed to play for the left, actually. Let me just hope they don't play for the right. And so smart. SMRT. I guess we were winning either then, huh? Who let the dogs out? Ooh, 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 ooh. Do 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 do. Beep, beep, beep. Do 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 do.
Victory.
Lucky. This deck is so cool. Who shared it? It was build around deck submission. We played builds similar to this in the past, but obviously not with Jim.
Snap.
Oh baby. Oh baby. Ready to flame on, gamers? I'm so mad right now. I've never been so mad before. I've never been this mad about squirrels in my life. Although actually the squirrel is probably saving Jim's life from a red guardian, so I accept. Humbly and graciously I accept. Rate cut by a quarter point, as expected. Excellent, excellent. Do I Merlin actually? Maybe I Merlin. Yeah, I totes go Merlin wins here, because we might neuter the Carter, yeah. I have priorities, this is 50-50. 50. Unlucky, unlucky. Although in reality, this might be lucky that we hit there because, what's the word I'm searching for? If we had hit the Carter, they'd probably retreat, and then I wouldn't get to see my Jim Heyman get huge. Wait. No, wait. No, wait. This is worse for the dog. This is better. I think this is better. I think this is better. I don't get all of these either way because the werewolf comes in. Oh, you know what I did mess up though? I should end the dog center. So I should have gone bolts left into once in the center. It probably doesn't matter. We have the power. Ooh. Is 24 energy good? If so, why? Please explain. Is this one drop okay? Shout out to the multiple people that have been like, Jim Hammond's really underwhelming. I actually think Jim Hammond is just a continuation in the list of absolute bangers Second Dinner has been dropping for the last month. Their designs have been so good. Like it's a card that you don't have to have, but if you want to pick it up, it's real sweet. Have your one surfer into your Captain Carter that no longer works. Man, our opponent almost had a chance that game, and then we kicked their sandcastle firmly in the teeth while building our own. That's true. They didn't get two surfers. Apologies. I said this during the set of games, but I think it bears repeating. This deck really hammers home something that's been in the back of my mind for a while, which is Marvel Snap really is genuinely one of the best deck building games of all time. Just like such a weird mix of stuff that lines up together in a very unique way that felt incredibly serviceable and competitive in the games that we played, while also giving me really interesting sequencing decisions. We have, you know, a dash of interaction from Cosmic Ghost Rider and Agamotto and Clea. We've got good numbers that scale. We've got some random output from Iron Patriot and Merlin. Like, there's just so much sweet to do. Really loved everything about this one. And then to critique or highlight a pain point, decks like this are the ones that are tougher for people who are Marvel Snap budget players to play. In Marvel Snap, you don't need to get every card to be competitive, not by far, but this is kind of stuff is what getting cards lets you do, right? Like, a lot of the cards in here are not powerful enough that they're not powerful enough that I recommend people spend resources on them, right? If you're like, Jeff, should I get Clea and Herbie and Nicholas Scratch to play this deck? I'd be like, well, probably not. But like, if you make bad financial decisions and like they're in your collection, this is a really neat thing you could do with them. So I expect this deck is pretty inaccessible for a lot of people because it's playing 11 higher series cards. And it's not, I also think it's important to point out, it's not just playing 11 higher series cards, it's playing 11 higher series cards while a lot of them are incredibly niche. And that's the thing, right? Like, most people have a lot of series 4 and 5 cards in their collection. You get, even spending $0 on Marvel Snap in a month, you now get 4, 5, 6 series 4 and 5 cards completely for free every single month now. But a lot of people with more minimal resources are gonna prioritize buying cards that go in more decks. It's not even just about power level. It's about your good use of your limited resources is getting cards that go in lots of decks, and most of the cards in here don't fit that description. Like, there's a couple, right? Like, Werewolf's got a few decks at this point. Cosmic Ghost Rider is somewhat flexible tech card. Merlin, Iron Patriot, these cards see play everywhere. But like, these 6 are like, well, you gotta really love them in order to want to have them, because they're not gonna play in a ton of places. Yeah, generically good versus good in their niche, I think is the way to describe them. Yeah, like when I do my roundups in like series 4 or 5 tier lists, I try and make those distinctions to help people make good informed decisions.